And welcome back to the session. How did your paper go? As we were discussing about AILET and what to expect from AILET over the last 1 week, मुझे ये बताओ पेपर कैसा हुआ आप लोगों का? इंग्लिश का सेक्शन कैसा लगा? Was it difficult? Was it easy? Was it moderate? How did it go? I hope it went seamlessly because हमने बहुत prepare किया था. Yes, for you, Devishri says it was pretty doable. 28 on 30 for GK. All right, that's a good score, Kabir. That's a very, very good score. But now let's begin our discussion about English. See, you had loads of passages to read, and I hope you were ready for that as well. क्योंकि last few years में हमने जो paper देखा है and जो हमने हमारे crash course में practice करी है, it made us pretty ready for what to expect out of AILET. तो मुझे सबसे पहले ये बताओ आपका पेपर कैसा गया? How did it go? इंग्लिश का सेक्शन आपको कैसा लगा? Was it easy for you? Was it difficult for you? Was it doable for you? How did it go? I would want to know that from all of you before I begin the analysis from my end, before I begin discussing the answers from my end. कैसा गया? Devishri, pretty doable. Devishri, how much time did you give to this section? Out of the 2 hours that you have, आपने कितनी देर में did you finish the entire English section? Since you had good 7 odd passages to read here, how much time did you give it? In vocab questions, few were close. Yes, absolutely, Devishri. Like other sections, like I was watching the analysis by Abhimanyu sir, there were a couple of questions where there could be 2 answers. The same happened with English as well. There were a few questions. There are a few questions where there are 2 very, very close answers, where even we as a team are debating upon what could be the correct answer. So to mark a few questions with a short certainty, I don't think was possible with some of the questions in English. Yes. So you took 45 minutes. Good, fair enough. 7 passages in 45 minutes, like we were discussing in our crash course. We discussed that 40 minutes is an ideal time that you can give for a 50-mark section in English. And accordingly, because the number of passages could go up and down, हम उसका time increase कर सकते थे. If you remember that in the beginning of the crash course, I always kept telling you that AILET can always give you surprises. If it did not give you any legal reasoning in the last year, that does not mean legal cannot come up. We saw that happening this year. Same was the case with syllogisms. A lot of syllogism questions did not appear last year, but last to last year, loads of syllogism questions appeared. So syllogisms ने भी बहुत बड़ा comeback किया. The same happened with analytical reasoning as well. So many questions on analytical reasoning, so many questions on legal reasoning, so many on critical reasoning, which was a separate section altogether. Because if you look at last year's paper in AILET, English was combined with critical reasoning. You had 9 RCs and you had mixture of these 2 sections coming up from the 9 RCs in 2023's paper. But this year there was a clear demarcation between sections. And the only section that had long passages to read was English. Also, we had discussed that multiple times that the length of the passages will be varied. So there were some very long passages, not very, but certainly long passages. But 10 questions आए थे, तो उसमें बहुत लंबा read था नहीं. But there were some passages really small. Most of the passages का language easy था. कुछ questions में कुछ confusion था. Right? So 109 attempts. Good job, Mayal. Others, क्या कितने attempts किए आप लोगों ने? How many questions did you attempt? English में मुझे बताइए. Did you do a calculation? Yes, few had 10, few had 5. The longer ones had 10 questions. So it made a lot of sense. कि आप पूरा, if you're reading a long passage and you have 10 questions, we're good to go with that. 121 attempts. Very good, Devishri. Good job. I expect a good 90% accuracy from you as well. Others, how many questions did you attempt? In English, how many did you do out of 50? I think barring 4 or 5 questions, there was not a lot of confusion in the remaining questions. कुछ questions बिल्कुल direct थे. We'll discuss all of those questions. वो बिल्कुल direct थे. They actually told us बिना passage को पढ़े भी आप वो questions easily answer कर सकते थे. They were so easy questions. Merely by reading the question, you could have found the correct answer there. ठीक है, तो वो क्वेश्चंस भी हम डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे. You had 121 attempts. Others, how many questions did you attempt in English out of 50? 50 में से कितने क्वेश्चंस आपने mark करें English में. Do you remember that, everyone? 46. Very good, Devishri. You took total 40 minutes. That was the ideal time I had expected you to do. Yes, you can easily do good 6-7 passages in 40 minutes because some of them were short, a couple of them were lengthy as well, but then you had 10 questions on them. Very good, Mayal. Very good. An ideal time. तो स्टार्ट करते हैं एक एक पैसेज के साथ उसका डिस्कशन. यू डिड 44, भूमिका. 48. वेरी गुड, अवनी. वेरी गुड. एंड आई होप यू नो जो questions, Avni, where there were close options. I hope you click the correct answer there. I don't know about accuracy because my GK score will bring me down. Did you not get a lot correct there? But you know, Devishu, there are a couple of questions where there's a lot of confusion. So we'll wait for the official answer key to be out. But then since we have time and we're waiting for the CLAT paper, we need to calculate our AILET scores as well. 49 only left one grammar question. Karthik, there was only one grammar question. And if you know what that was, you will get that very, very easily. That's a participle phrase. Participle phrase पे आया था ना? पता है participle phrase क्या होता है? You remember interjections? You remember participle phrases? We did all of that in the classes. We'll discuss the correct answer, Karthik, to that as well. Ma'am, there was one question where some word like elusive and also I left it. Yes, I get that. That was correct. Good that you left it. It was a question with close options, correct. 47, Mayal, very good. So good that you left that grammar question. If you don't remember that, the best is to leave that question then and there. ठीक है, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं हमारे एनालिसिस के साथ. लेट्स लुक एट द फर्स्ट पैसेज एवरीवन. और मुझे धीरे धीरे बताते जाना कि आपने क्या क्या आंसर्स मार्क किए. विल साइमल्टेनियसली डिस्कस द आंसर्स दैट वी थिंक आफ्टर अ लॉट ऑफ डिस्कशन इन माय टीम वी थिंक द करेक्ट आंसर इज. तो स्टार्ट करते हैं. सबसे पहले इंग्लिश में यू हैड 50 क्वेश्चंस. जस्ट अ मिनट. You had 50 questions and 1 mark for each question, and you had roughly 7 RCs coming up here. You had 0.25 negative marking and plus 1 correct for every correct answer that you marked. And the paper, obviously pattern changed a little with legal and AR coming up, but then that was pretty much expected from AILET. ये कुछ अनएक्सपेक्टेड नहीं था. अगर आपने पास्ट कुछ सालों के पेपर देखे और अगर आपने अपने मेंटर्स की बात बहुत ध्यान से सुनी ना, तो ये आपके लिए एक्चुअली सरप्राइज नहीं होना चाहिए था. You must have been mentally ready for this coming back again. Apart from that, the paper pattern was pretty much similar to AILET 22's paper pattern. अब डिफिकल्टी लेवल की बात करते हैं. इंग्लिश आई थिंक वाज मॉडरेट. आई वुडंट रेट इट वेरी वेरी इजी बिकॉज of the sheer difficulty level of a few questions where there were very, very close options. 1. 2, the difficulty level of a couple of passages was a little higher comparatively. So overall, if you look at the difficulty level of English, I would mark it to be a moderate section. Not a very easy one because kuch passages बहुत easy थे. Mark my words. The topics of the genres. Tell me if you agree with me. The genres of each of the passage was something that you must have been comfortable with if you had given your mocks regularly. Every single genre that was discussed in the passages, we had seen them coming up in the mocks. Tell me if I'm right or wrong here. Very good. Oh, then it's good that you left it. So tell me something. The genre that we saw in all of the passages, ऐसा कोई भी टॉपिक नहीं था जो शायद जिसके बारे में आपने पैसेज पढ़ा नहीं था कभी भी या आपके लिए एकदम अनकॉमन था. 2023 का अगर आप पेपर देखते हो, there were a lot of different types of passages. For example, there was a passage where there was a grid made, 3 types of books being compared, a different kind of passage altogether, right? Different types of wooden structures being built, अलग-अलग techniques थे वहां पे. But here in this year's paper, there was not even a single genre that was something which wasn't discussed over the last 1 year. There were all of the topics that were the very common ones. All of these topics, you must have seen them in the papers, in the mock tests, in the class sheets. We have discussed every, for example, electronic vehicles था. Kitna common topic. If you read the newspapers regularly, there was not even a single topic that you would be unaware of. So reading wise passages, I think बहुत difficult नहीं थे. Some questions were tricky, some questions were easy, and thus we would rate the passage as a moderate one. So let's begin with our detailed analysis of the section. Let's have a look at the first passage, virtual reality. Long passage tha, but it was so relatable. If you imagine, like I always ask you to do when you read a passage, and if you can picturize it and correlate it to a real life scenario, it's going to be very easy for you to read. So if you relate the virtual reality passage to your school classrooms, you would know. Or for example, you would see कि जैसे laboratories है, उसी को ही एक virtual classroom बना के अगर हम क्लास में ले आए तो कितना easy और कितना difficult हो सकता है. Simple language, that these are the merits of a virtual reality classroom, these are the demerits. Clear demarcation of an analytical passage, right? So this passage from my end was moderate. Read wise, it was very easy. Some questions were easy, some questions were moderate, and that's why we rate this passage as a moderate one. Then we had families. I mean, I'm sure all of you can correlate it to your real life scenario. If you live in a nuclear family or you live in a joint family, you will be able to correlate yourself to this passage. How good or bad is it to live in a joint family, and how good and bad is it going to be to live in a nuclear family? You could have easily correlated it to your own life and read the passage. That's why we rated the passage as an easy one. Let's have a look at the next one, electronic vehicles. Bhai, how many of you have been bothered with the e-rickshaws making a nuisance in the city? If you were one of those people, this passage you would have correlated it with, because you would know how electronic vehicles for us could be a nuisance, but for a lot of people in the tier 2 cities, it's a source of livelihood. It has made so many people a possibility for them to start earning, a lot of women as well. So electronic vehicles, I stayed for a long time in Delhi NCR. I stayed for a long time in Jaipur, and I always found these electronic vehicles to be a nuisance for me there. Parking and traffic and all of that. So I could easily correlate. But यहाँ कुछ 5 questions were a little tricky. So overall, a moderate passage. Then the next one, perfection. This was the reading style of the passage. The writing style of the passage was a little tricky compared to the rest of the 3 passages. But apart from that, the questions that we had, all 7 were easy here. So you could have easily solved these questions here. Then we have linguist. Iska bhi writing style was moderate. And the questions were also a little indirect here. So overall, the passage here was a moderate one. We cannot call it a very easy passage. Out of all these passages, which one did you find the most difficult, everyone? आपके लिए सबसे difficult कौन सा passage था इसमें से? All of these passages. पढ़ने में आपको difficulty लगा, question solving में आपको difficulty लगा. Which one of these passages did you find the most difficult one? Mental health issue was easy, but a few questions were tricky. Awards passage was very, very easy. We seek rewarding. For example, we made a toppers batch. Everyone wanted to be there, of course, because it's a form of rewarding yourself. Everyone wants to see themselves in the top 1, 2, 3 rank. It's a way of rewarding yourself. So reward बहुत relatable passage था. Yes, linguistic was the only passage जिसका writing style little bit थोड़ा tricky था, because ये एक ऐसा topic है, I'll tell you why आपको tricky लगा होगा ये, because this was one of those topics जो आप बहुत frequently पढ़ते नहीं, you don't encounter such topics very frequently. That's why reading it in the first go might be a little tricky, but again, as I said, you have to choose your passages carefully. You cannot start with the very first passage. We discussed that over and over again. So if you chose your passages and your questions carefully, मेरे हिसाब से एक अच्छा number of attempts could be 42, 43 with a 90% accuracy. आप easily ये mark कर सकते थे, carefully choosing the passages, carefully choosing the questions as well. So I have a lot of people marking 47, 48, 48, 44 questions. If you do that with a 90% accuracy, I'll be the happiest in the world. We'll see how accurate were your answers while we move on to our passages, everyone. So you found, and the perfection one as well. Perfection one, yeah, at the first glance you might find it tricky, but then the length of the passage was small, so you could have easily skimmed through it. English score बचाएगा कशिश, चलो देखते हैं आंसर्स, देखते हैं कितना इंग्लिश के स्कोर ने आपको बचाया है। जस्ट अ मिनट। सो स्टार्ट करते हैं हमारे पैसेजेस के साथ। ओके, पैसेज नंबर 1 एवरीवन। सो वी हैव वर्चुअल रियलिटी। पैसेज का रीड बहुत इजी था। द पैसेज वाज अबाउट एक बहुत ही एनालिटिकल स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग था। वर्चुअल रियलिटी क्या है, what it does, how it can be used in classrooms. He uses the example of the medical education. He says that we can use it for a lot of purpose. Then he gives us a lot of benefits of the virtual reality classrooms. We can use 3D models. The students can practice surgeries. They can get deeper understanding. And then he says, however. So the moment he says, however, you know you need to get your attention back right there, because there's an opposite stance coming now. So he says it has its own challenges. So we had our merits in the first 3 paragraphs, then we had our challenges. A quintessential style of writing you might see in newspapers coming up, you might see in journals coming up, है ना? So challenges, then he talks about first challenge, then he talks about another challenge. एक्यूरेट होना चाहिए, कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव नहीं हो सकता बिकॉज बहुत सारा पैसा लगता है, इट नीड्स अ सिग्निफिकेंट amount of financial investment, the first negative, and the second one is it should be accurate and comprehensive as well. So there were 2 negatives mentioned about and then the third one, okay, reliance on technology. A lot of people might just rely completely on technology and cannot probably they might just overlook their hands-on work that they need to do. So to sum up, it's a mixture. That's the conclusion given in the passage. If I asked you to write an essay on virtual reality in classrooms, an essay on virtual reality in classrooms, would you have written a similar passage? Yes or no? If I asked you to write an essay on virtual reality in classrooms, would you have written a similar essay? Like introduction, then pros, then cons, then conclusion. A standard way of writing an essay would be this one, right? So, keeping that in mind, let's come to our very first question. The passage most likely appeared as a part of a technology magazine feature, a medical school's information feature, government report on education, or debate on the future of medical training. What did you mark here? What's your answer here, everyone? क्या mark किया इधर? Absolutely, yes, Devishri. So keeping that in mind that this could be an essay, what did you mark here? What's your answer? देखो आंसर देखने क्या मार्क किया आप लोगों ने? A, B, C, D, D. All right. Yes. As far as we believe, the correct answer, yes, is a D here as well. देखो मेडिकल स्कूल का इंफॉर्मेशन फीचर नेगेटिव नहीं बताएगा कि देखो ये नेगेटिव है, हम फिर भी वर्चुअल रियलिटी यूज करते हैं। नहीं भैया, he will not mention the negatives. Government report on education will also not mention negatives. And it's not only on education, it's virtual reality, है ना? So incorrect. Technology magazine feature also, if I am a magazine on technology, I might not really talk about the negatives, but it's a debate on the future. So future could be negative, positive, both. The debate will mention both the sides. Okay, Nikhil, what's your reasoning? What did you mark? Because इसने दोनों sides बताया है. आपने A mark किया, Nikhil? Okay, see, remember, this question was a little tricky one. Okay, but remember, a technology magazine feature will not only, see, it's going to very likely talk about the positives only, but debate might talk about positive and negative both. Since it talks about both, it's more likely going to be a D here. Right. Okay, understood? Of course, A was a very, very close option, but after a lot of discussion we've had in our team, we fixated upon D to be the correct answer here. Yet we'll wait for the official answer key to be out. Let's have a look at question number 2. The author's primary purpose in the passage. This was a sitter question. Oh, absolutely, Nikhil. I mean, if you're saying that you are going to NL Delhi, माँ सरस्वती आपकी जबान पे अभी बैठी हो और ये बात हो जाए, ठीक है? तो होपफुली यस। देखते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 का आंसर। A very, very easy question, sitter question. Even while skimming through the passage, you could have easily found the correct answer to this question. B, what did you mark? To provide a balanced discussion, positive B, negative B, or fit conclusion. Yes, a balanced overview is B. To advocate for the complete replacement is only negative, incorrect. To persuade readers to invest in VR, only positive, incorrect. To critique the high cost, only negative, incorrect. The passage has both. Since it has both, the correct answer is absolutely a B. This was a sitter question without an ounce of doubt. इसका आंसर हम B mark करते हैं. Question number 3 पे चलते हैं. The passage mentions immersive experience. Now, you might have an urge to go back to the passage to find where the line immersive experience is. I don't know if it was highlighted in the passage or not. I don't think it was, as far as I remember looking at the PDF. Yet, the options were easy. You could have eliminated them. Immersive means detailed. So, immersive experience is बहुत डेप्थ में जाके, है ना? और वो आपका आंसर क्या हो सकता है? What did you mark here? Potential of escapism in VR, intensity and realism in VR. VR gives you an immersive experience. ये कैसा experience हो सकता है? Immersive means बिल्कुल depth में जाना. For question number 3, you marked B, Devishri. Others, what did you mark? The need for virtual tours of medical facilities, the limited scope. देखो worst option तो ये था because immersive experience है, that means it's a positive one. We need a positive answer, है ना? तो limited scope तो हो नहीं सकता. D is eliminated. It was the worst option. Yes, as far as we believe, question number 3 का correct answer is going to be a B because the word immersive is बिल्कुल depth में जाना, high intensity and realism of VR training. These experiences are like real life experiences with a lot of in-depth detailing. That's intensity and realism of VR training. That was the closest answer to all of these. B is the correct answer. Even without going to the passage, you could have found that. Need of virtual tours for medical facility, it's already there as per the passage. So it could have also been eliminated. B is the correct answer here. Question number 4 देखते हैं. Identify the sentence in the passage that contains a participle phrase. Participle phrase पता है क्या होता है? Let me explain this to you. Participle phrase is basically one word that is actually a verb, but it's acting like an adjective. So, can I say operating is usually a verb. I am operating this patient. I am operating on low costs. Operating is actually a verb, but room is a noun. So operating is used here as an adjective. It's not a verb. That's a participle phrase. The correct answer is D. D contains a participle phrase. Did you mark D or did you leave this question? Did you mark this or did you leave this? Everyone who marked this, did you get this correct? For us, the correct answer is a D. जल्दी जल्दी बता दीजिए, मार्क किया? Left it. चलो good. You did C. कोई बात नहीं. Left it. All right. ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे. क्वेश्चन नंबर, ऐसा क्वेश्चन देखो, इफ यू लेफ्ट इट बिकॉज यू वर अनश्योर, गुड जॉब, दैट्स व्हाट यू वर सपोज्ड टू डू हियर. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. According to the passage, why is the cost of implementing VR in medical schools a challenge? देखो challenges clearly लिखे हुए थे 3 passages में, ठीक है? That it should be something that does not make you completely reliant on technology. It should be something that needs to be accurate and it needs a lot of cost. So, question number 5, maybe VR technology is difficult to maintain, not mentioned. Equipment is currently unavailable, not mentioned. But significant financial investment was mentioned. This was a sitter question for us. Yeah, that is the C. कोई बात नहीं देवीश्री, छोटा छोटा रिस्क लेना बनता है. It makes you more brave. And C is the correct answer to this. Again, a sitter question. You should have attempted this. Question number 6 देखते हैं. What does the passage suggest about the balance between VR training and hands-on clinical experience. The author's point of view here is a little positive one, right? He says that the balance is needed in the last paragraph. So what did you mark here in this question? क्या mark किया आप लोगों ने? D. Question number 6. Yes, a balance between VR training and real world experience is essential. We need both of it. That's the conclusion given in the last paragraph. Very good. You've got this correct as well. You're getting a lot correct here. The correct answer is a D. Absolutely a D. Question number 7 dekhe. Here is question number 7. The author's discussion on the challenges of VR in a medical education is primarily intended to present a well-rounded view of the topic, convince readers that VR is not suitable for medical training. No, in the last question he said it's essential, so eliminate it. Discourage investments in VR. Again, he has a slightly positive view, to eliminate it. Highlight the need for more research. Up A or D में से what did you mark? Question number 7 में. What did you mark here out of A and D? You marked an A. That is well-rounded view of the topic. You remember question number 1 का आंसर हमने एक debate mark किया था. That will give you a well-rounded overview. A is the correct answer here as per. Yeah, that's correct. A, as far as we believe, is the correct answer out of A and D. Yeah, that is A. Yashika, we go for an A here. Okay, so he says that he uses the positives and the negatives and the challenges both to give you a complete overview. He's of course on the positive side, but you need to know the negatives as well. So A is the correct answer for question number 7. Question number 8 dekhte hain. Which word from the paragraph 4 or 5 in the passage could be substituted with financially burdened without changing the meaning? Did you need to go back to the passage for this? Question dekh ke, options dekh ke. Did you have a need to go back to the passage? I don't think there was any need to go back to the passage. Strain yourself. That means you're burdening yourself. When you just keep fretting about when is the CLAT result going to be out, when is the CLAT result going to be out, you're burdening yourself, you're straining yourself. You're not mimicking or accuracy or integrating anything. You did not have any need to go back. It was a sitter question. Yeah, Laddu one. Bilkul. D is the correct answer for question number 8 for us. Strain. Question number 9 dekhte hain. In the passage, the phrase fosters a deeper understanding is best defined as fosters means promotes or develops or creates. So reduces the complexity of probably is incorrect. What did you mark for question number 9? Fosters a deeper understanding. Creates a stronger resistance. Understanding is not resistance. Understanding is insight. Develops a superficial grasp. Superficial means ऊपर ऊपर का detailed भी. But वो तो deeper understanding है. Incorrect. Correct answer is A. Absolutely. Yeah, that was another sicker question. बिना refer back करे आप easily answer कर सकते थे question. Question number 9 the correct answer A. Question number 10 देखते हैं. Which of the following, if true, would most weaken the conclusion? Now, did you mark this answer or not? Did you mark this or did you leave this? This was a confusing question. Let me see if you've marked this or you've left it. And if you've marked it, what did you mark? 10th ka you've marked in A. Okay. Which of the following, if true, would most weaken the conclusion that addressing the challenges is crucial for harnessing the full potential of VR in medical education? It is essential. A says medical schools are rapidly adopting VR without considering the cost. That supports the question. That means it is essential. A does not weaken. Left. I don't think it's A. We had a lot of discussion about this in our team as well, and we zeroed down over D as the closest answer, but D also we think is not a very appropriate option. देखो A तो incorrect हो गया. Traditional medical training methods are becoming less effective. That also tells us that there is a need for addressing the challenges. VR technology is becoming more affordable and accessible. C or D, both the options were very, very close. So you did not even attend the exam. Okay. But as far as our discussion is concerned, out of C and D, either could be the answer. We went for a D, but either of them can be appropriate. So we leave this question pending and we'll wait for the official answer key to be out. Now, out of 10 questions, how many correct did you get? How many correct did you get, everyone? कितने correct हुए? जल्दी जल्दी बताइए एक बार before I move to the next question. Next passage. How many correct did you find? जल्दी जल्दी बता दीजिए correct कितने हुए? 8. Very good. Good, Nikhil. Good number of attempts. Yes, Tia, that is very confusing though. Yeah. 8 and 8 correct. Very good, Twisha. Very good. All right, let's go to our next passage, everyone. So, community, joint family, nuclear family, and why community is needed. It takes a village to raise a child. Ask me, living in a nuclear family, raising a child. I absolutely correlated to the passage. Passage easy tha, reading easy thi. You could have easily correlated your life to this passage. And questions कुछ tricky थे इसमें. तो overall हम इसको moderate difficulty level mark कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? So passage goes in a simple language. It talks about the changing concept of community, people preferring to live in nuclear families, yet they're just going apart. Their own community is the virtual community that isn't really helpful. We need physical community. That's the entire passage, and very small passage. तो बहुत quickly within a minute आप इसको easily पढ़ सकते थे. Now the primary reason for breaking up of the traditional community setup is, what's your answer for question number 11? What did you mark? The primary reason for breaking up of the traditional community setup is preference for expanding suburban neighborhoods. That doesn't break families. Changing concept of cohabiting in the modern world. Good. The lack of desire to live with oldest family members. Attraction of small family unit. What did you mark? There was a line in the passage that said people prefer nuclear families. That clearly led to this option B as the correct answer. Yes, people prefer nuclear families means attraction of the small family unit. B becomes the correct answer. Yeah, that is the correct answer. Chalo, question number 12 pe chalte hain. The reason people do not know their neighbor very well is because they are always in transit, मतलब हमेशा move करते रहते इधर से उधर से इधर. Their lifestyle is self-destructive. They are constantly preoccupied with their own affair. Their self-centeredness keeps them from interacting with their neighbors. What did you mark for question number 12? Let me see your answers. What did you mark? C? All right. C? Yes. Yes, Tia, Devishri, Ashika, you've got that absolutely correct. We also think the correct answer is a C. Before moving on to the next question, did you hit the like button, everyone? If you haven't done that, do that right now, very, very quickly. Thank you so much. C is the correct answer here. Let's go to question number 13. The writer's attitude towards the connections formed via social media is. This is a red flag question. ये रेड फ्लैग इसलिए है क्योंकि एक भी ऑप्शन बहुत अप्रोप्रिएट नहीं है, लेकिन एक ऑप्शन क्लोजेस्ट हम मार्क कर सकते हैं. तो उस लॉजिक से फॉर मी नन ऑफ द ऑप्शंस आर एक्चुअली करेक्ट. But if I had to choose one, I ended up choosing. What did you choose? Yeah, I also ended up choosing A. Although it's too extreme here. Disparaging is like utterly criticizing. बहुत बहुत गलत गलतियां निकालना. So A is the closest one. Yes, we also ended up choosing A. Although it's one that is a little too extreme as per the passage. The author isn't as extreme here. Yet, apathetic तो बिल्कुल ही apathetic and elusive तो absolutely incorrect हो गया. Concurrences दो चीजें साथ साथ में चलना वो भी incorrect है. So the correct answer, if I had to choose one, it had to be A. Yeah. Yes, Trisha, it actually should have been A. Correct. So if you left it, हो सकता है, because it was a tricky question. Disparaging was not an outright answer here, not a very, very clear one. We would go with A for now. Question number 14. Which of the following statements is incorrect with respect to the passage? Incorrect. I hope you read that. Incorrect. What did you mark? Again, this was a red flag question. ये tricky था. You might have left it as well. Good job for that. But if you chose an answer, what did you mark? The community provides a safe and healthy environment for positive interaction with children. Crucial learning experiences and much needed support system at home clash with the values of the community. The collective effort of the community raises children in nurturing and creative. Absolutely correct. Modern communities lack meaningful interactions, leaving the parents feeling isolated and alone in their struggles. B. Did you mark a B in 14th? Crucial learning experiences and much needed support system at home clash with the values of the community. We left the 15th one. All right. See, we actually were confused between A and B here. We chose a B, but we're not really sure of this because A and B, either of it could be the correct answer. So we'll wait for the, sorry. Official answer key to be out. We'll wait for that because there was a very strong confusion between A and B, though we believe it could be B, but we would have left such a question. Question number 15. Okay, this is more like one is the result of the other. Okay, more like cause and effect question. If you've done cause and effect in critical reasoning classes, you could have answered this question correctly. People are available to raise other people's children, and nature of communities has undergone tremendous transformation regardless of their location. So B to absolutely correct. The second statement is absolutely correct. What do you think about the first one? First one is actually false. People are not available right now. That's why people are going more, because we are in nuclear setup, right? So one is false, the second is true. So we chose a D to be the correct answer here. Second one is true, the first one is false. D, as far as we believe, is the correct answer after the discussion we have had. Okay? Yeah, we also marked a D. All right, next passage. So, electronic vehicles. We hate them maybe, but we also appreciate them for the ease. But let's have a look at the other side of the coin, and that is users, people who drive these electronic vehicles. This is a source of income for them. Significant household income. So the author has written the passage, the usage of EVs with a very positive light. We might look at it with negative. You scored a 4. Very, very good, Devishri. Very good. Very good. Others, how much did you score in the previous passage? 5. Very good, Tia. Very good. चलो मतलब इंग्लिश तो डुएबल था आप लोगों के लिए. ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं. तो ईवीज के पैसेज पे बहुत ही पॉजिटिव लाइट में पैसेज लिखा हुआ है. ऑथर ने बहुत अच्छे से इसके पॉजिटिव्स बताए हैं, अबाउट वुमेन, अबाउट अदर पीपल एज वेल, micro entrepreneurs, how they make money, how it is a source of income for them in their household. Chota sa passage, quick read. Question number 16. The popularity of EVs can be ascribed to it being the latest technology. इसलिए पॉपुलर है. सस्टेनेबल मोड है इसलिए पॉपुलर है. मीन्स ऑफ एम्पावरमेंट है इसलिए पॉपुलर है EVs, या फिर इजीली अवेलेबल. What are the reasons that make EVs popular? What did you mark? लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी नॉट में. इसलिए पॉपुलर होना जरूर. लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी क्या आउटडेटेड टेक्नोलॉजी भी पॉपुलर हो सकती है. नॉट मेंशन. सो वन इज इनकरेक्ट. दैट मीन्स हम ये दोनों एलिमिनेट कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, अब सीधा फोर्थ चेक कर लेते हैं. इजीली अवेलेबल इसलिए पॉपुलर है, रादर पॉपुलर है शायद इसलिए इजीली अवेलेबल है. You marked a 4? You got a 4. Okay. What did you mark here? C? Yes, we also think the correct answer is a C. It's 2 and 3. It's sustainable and it's a mode of empowerment. Empowerment for women because if they have a source of income for their household. Yes, both of it, 2 and 3 were mentioned in the passage. A very direct question. C is the correct answer. Yeah, it's C, Tia. Twisha, correct. Correct, Navya. बिल्कुल. आगे चलते हैं next question पे. So, question number 17. A significant limitation of tier 2 cities is lack of enough EVs. There are more EVs in tier 2 cities. The dearth of sufficient number of jobs, slow pace of development, option A eliminated. Absence of adequate number of entrepreneurs. Micro entrepreneurs use किया था ना phrase उनके लिए. Option D भी eliminated हो जाता है. 17 में क्या mark किया आपने answer? B और C में से? Because A and D are eliminated. Out of these, what did you mark for 17th? What did you mark? B. Yes, B is the correct answer. They are not enough number of jobs, and that's why people move to being entrepreneurs, like running these EVs. Yeah, that was mentioned in the passage. B is the correct answer. Very good. Next question. Let's go to question number 18. The use of the word catalyst conveys that it is something. You might have an urge to go back, but the options were a sitter question. बहुत इजी हैं ऑप्शंस. कैटलिस्ट क्या होता है? हमने ये साइंस में पढ़ा था स्कूल में. ठीक है, एक चीज जो किसी भी प्रोसेस को फास्ट कर देती है. लेकिन what did you mark here in 18th? Anything that makes a process faster is a catalyst. So that initiates a sudden and important change. It's a catalyst. A, according to us, is the correct answer. B says to become an end to justify the means. No. That contributes to sustainable growth. No. It's a catalyst because it makes an important change that's needed to speed up the process. A is the correct answer. Yes, Twisha. We also think A is the correct answer. We marked an A here. Question number 19 chalte hain. Okay, cause and effect. EVs are extremely versatile and have a wider range to offer. More women than men have bought EVs. Can you say anything about that? Women have bought a lot of EVs. That does not mean more women than men. So 2 तो absolutely incorrect हो जाता है. What did you mark for 19th? EVs are extremely versatile and have a wider range to offer. Yes, correct. As per the passage, 2 is incorrect. So we mark 1 is true, but 2 is false. C. Did you get a C here? Everyone? Did you mark a C? Yeah, that is a C. Correct, yeah. Correct, Shraddha. Very good. That was a C. Absolutely. You've got that unanimously correct. Let's go to question number 20. Last mile delivery. Last mile delivery. Last कौन होता है? Consumer. जिसको वो product consume करना है. वो last mile delivery हो गया. Not the delivery truck or the warehouse or the manufacturing plant. It's like manufacturing plant, for warehouse, for delivery truck. Last mile is the customer's doorstep. Again, a sitter question. Low hanging fruit for us. A. How you left this one? Uh-oh, this was easy. A. How many correct did you get here? I think that's the last question for this passage. No, we have 21 as well. Let's discuss this. Which of the following sentences is the word avenue used in the same sense as given in the passage? As you go through the entrance, you are surrounded by an avenue of golden trees. The authors suggest that several further avenues of research in which their findings could prove useful. In spite of the late hour, the light at 22 Canning Avenue were still. One of these improvements consists of Central Avenue cut across the old city. What did you mark for 21? B. Another sitter one? Yeah, it is a B. Suggests that the further avenues of research. Avenues here are different areas that we can delve into. Yeah, we also marked a B here. You've got that correct? Absolutely, B is the correct answer. Next question dekhe. Okay? Question number 22. In which sectors have EVs enabled women to generate income and empower their communities in tier 2 markets? Direct question given in the passage. Healthcare, education, agriculture, farming, last mile delivery, transportation, local commuting. Uh, Factually given. What did you mark here in 22? I'm not even going ahead because there was a question that spoke of last mile delivery. It is a C. It is about last mile delivery, transportation, and local commute as well, all three given in the passage. C is the correct answer. Absolutely, yeah, that is a C. All righty. Let's go to our next question. Question number 22. How many correct did you get here? बताइए मुझे जल्दी से. Let me. 7 on 7, Trisha. Excellent job. Let me have a sip of water, everyone, before I proceed. 7 on 7. Others? Very good. Others? 7 on 7, Devishri. Good job, guys. Let's go to our next question and next passage. I used to be the person, perfection. Some people found this passage a little tricky for reading, but I think ये doable था passage because questions इसके काफी direct थे. So how would she reach to perfection? Because she always had time lacking and she would not be able to perform her job perfectly. So what methodology she would develop to do that? And similarly talking about people who are part of the peer that she has, the colleague that she has, developed the methodology, finished, not perfect method. She explains this method, how it has helped her. That was the passage about. Okay, one not attempted, so 6 on 6. Very good. Very good. ठीक है, देखते हैं. Question number 1. Although the writer described herself as being a perfectionist, the eventual quality of her work was. The first line of the passage answered this. She believed that she was a perfectionist, but eventually the quality of her work became dilapidated, disappointing, devastating, or distorted. 23. What did you mark? What did you mark, guys? क्या mark किया? B. Yes, it was disappointing. Yes, it is a B. Next question. Overthinking posed a big hurdle for the narrator as she would be coerced into being dull. She would sulk over her spoiled assignments. It would not allow her to start her work. It would make her anxious about her submission. What did you mark for 24? कोई बात नहीं देवीश्री, it's okay. This question, what did you mark? D? Okay. C? We think it's a C. It would not allow her to start her work. Directly written in the passage, it was a line. So C is the correct answer. Question number 25. Identify the sequence of events that ultimately led to art school students submitting the paperwork. One line mentioned the entire sequence. If you went back to the passage to find the line, you would have found your correct answer. Question number 25 is going to be a C. Large amount of time invested in planning, wasted half of the time in production, a mounting pressure to complete the task, and quality of work compromise to meet the deadline. All four were mentioned in the same sequence. Yeah, that is a C. Yes, Pranalika, you marked the correct answer. C, it was written directly in the same sequence. Question number 26. Ripple effect. Now, that is something that was very, very tricky. We think it could be A and B both. And I would be somebody who would leave this question. But if I had to choose one, I would have chosen the continuing spread of results of an action or an event. Because cumulative effect is the result, whereas ripple effect could be going on. So although A and B both are very, very close. But if I had to choose one, but I would have left the question, to be very honest, Devishri. I would have left it. I wouldn't have marked this. A and B were very, very close here. Yet, if I had to choose one, I would this. So, I would mark this as a star question. Only and only the answer key will be able to confirm the correct answer to it. Question number 27 पे चलते हैं, चलिए. Time is referred to as a luxury because luxury क्यों है passage में time? What did you mark for 27? She had to work after her classes and thus she did not have spare time. इसलिए time luxury था. She had a lot of time, तो luxury हो नहीं सकता. Time was a valuable commodity. She paid heavy price for it. She was mostly running out of time because of overthinking. Overthinking or double working? It was double working. Yeah, that is it. Correct. Actual question. You should have attempted this. It is the correct answer. 28. The writer had to innovate her finished, not perfect method. Why did she have to innovate this method? Again, it was a factual one given. Why did she innovate this method? 28. Because time was a luxury for her. She did not have a lot of time. Because she did not have a lot of time, she had to make the FNPM method. She had very little time to spare. It is a C. Absolutely. Let's come to 29. Okay, segregating the various parts of the project helps while consulting friends for their opinion to work on each part separately and improve it. Sitter question. To reduce production time at the beginning, reduce stress that is usually accompanied by missed deadlines. एक holistic option कौन सा था? Holistic option. It is B. Yes. Holistic option is B. Each part separately and improve it. This is not holistic. This is not holistic. Only beginning, only deadline. No. Basically, each part is the holistic one. So B is the correct answer. And how many correct did you get here, everyone? How many correct did you get? कितने correct हुए? How many correct, everyone? Out of these? 6 on 7, left 1. Very good, Twisha. Yes, ये passage से बिल्कुल direct था. 1 doubtful. Okay. 6th. All right. Good job, guys. Very good. Let's go to the next question. Linguistics. Lengthy था और इसलिए इतना difficult नहीं था because there was so much that explained the passage in detail. If I had given you a smaller passage on linguistics, you might be even more confused because of the less amount of data. But this passage has many words, so it explains the point of view about how linguistics is an evolving academic discipline. So the passage overall was not a very tricky read apart from the genre because you are not very familiar with this kind of one. So let's come to our first question here. What does the term ever evolving imply in the first passage? Stagnant and unchanging, ever evolving हो सकता है? Eliminated. Dynamic हो सकता है? ठीक है. Its peak and will not change further is not ever evolving. Is regressing and losing is not ever evolving. What kind of question even is this? What kind of question is this? No, I don't think the result is out yet, gym trainer. No, I don't think the results are out. B, yes. A very, very factual answer, B. Next question. Which option does not correctly infer the meaning based on the following sentence of the first paragraph? The expanding preview of linguist is a testament to its growing significance in understanding. ठीक है? So, linguistics has a declining influence. यहाँ growing लिखा है, यहाँ declining लिखा है. You don't even have to use any mind here to this question. 31 would be a C. Yes, it is the correct answer. It is C. Next question, 32. 1 second, guys. ठीक है. Why has the writer used the word tapestry? Tapestry क्या होती है? जैसे हम सोफा पे जो क्लोथ का कवर लगाते हैं, हम उनके लिए tapestry वर्ड यूज करते हैं. ठीक है? So tapestry is basically the use of linguistic like a woven fabric interconnected elements, like cloth के interconnected thread to make a beautiful piece of cloth, like a tapestry. So it's more like a woven fabric. If you know tapestry is a kind of fabric, you will be able to get the correct answer. I think that's a D. Yeah, it is a D. 32 is a D. You're right, Devishri. Don't worry. 33. Synergy and confluence. Synergy, confluence. What did you mark in 33? 33, everyone? It is a D, Tia, to depict the isolation of linguistics from another academic discipline. Okay? It is a D. Wait, 33. Oh, sorry. Oh, no. That's a C. My bad. It's the opposite. Harmonious collaboration. My bad. I'm sorry. Synergy, confluence, together, harmonious. Sorry. My bad. C. It is a C. Okay. Next question. How can the relationship between humans and machines be described as symbiotic? Again, symbiotic is this. एक साथ मिलके चलना. ठीक है? So what did you mark here? Oh, that's a C. Yeah. This question, 34. What did you mark? No. My bad. Sorry. I'm sorry. I went with the flow. 34, what did you mark? B? Yeah, it is a B. Humans and machines work together. In symbiosis is working together. B. 35, what is an example of interdisciplinary collaboration mentioned in the passage? Passage tricky था, questions देखो कितने easy हैं. 35, what did you mark? Collaboration, of course, interdisciplinary collaboration between linguistics and psychology, neuroscience, anthropology, all the three mentioned. It's a C. 35 is a C. Okay, that was all for that passage. Now let's come to our second last passage very quickly, everybody. Okay, so rewards. Who wants rewards? All of us. Why? It gives us confidence. That's what the passage was about, right? चलते हैं question number 1 पे. Tone of the passage. Question star mark कर देती हूँ. None of these actually was a very clear one yet. According to us, what did you mark, by the way? Very good, 6 on 6, guys. Very good. चलिए आंसर्स बताइए. What did you mark for 36th? B, reflective. Yes. Actually, this is also not a very appropriate option, yet this is the best out of all. So B seemed the best of all to us as well. Question number 37. Cause and effect relationship mentioned in the passage. Again, I'll mark it star. Two options, very, very confusing. Pursuit of award and certificate, increased self-worth, intrinsic motivation, pursuit reward, pursuit of reward. What did you mark? Close options here. 37. What did you mark? B? Very, very close option. You should have left it. Yeah. A was the closest one for us as well. But again, these absolutely are incorrect. But A and B were very, very close. So we can probably leave this question. But if we had to choose one, we had We would choose A as well. 38. What was the purpose of the word relentless in the passage? Relentless, short-lived, relentless, continuous in persistence, sudden change, or sense of calm and tranquility? Absolutely incorrect. Option D cannot be the answer. What's 38, everyone? Short-lived, be relentless, relentless, continuously doing something. So continuous एक ही word option में, option B. Okay, this is B. This was a sitter question. If you knew what relentless, you have to work relentlessly to pursue your dreams. That means continuously, persistently आपको काम करने की need है. B is the answer. Yeah. Yes, you can call it a laddu question. 39. Which one of the following, if true, would most weaken the conclusion that external validation is superficial and determining self-worth? What did you mark for 39? Weaken the conclusion. What did you mark here, everyone? Answer. A, C. All right. A. Individuals possess numerous awards, tend to have high self-esteem. That isn't weakening. We went with a, okay, A and C, A. We went with the C here, but again, this was a star marked question. So we would leave that for the official answer key to be out. The author would probably agree with which of the following statements? Awards and certificates are the sole determinants of self-worth. Intrinsic motivation, देखो आपको पता है कि ये ऐसे options गलत होते हैं. Intrinsic motivation plays no role. The pursuit of awards and certificates is driven by societal pressure and personal growth is solely. क्या होगा correct answer 40th का? है ना? What is the correct answer? You have really easy options. Soul, and then we have solely, no role. C is the correct answer. बच्चे ये तो easy option elimination था. I think this was a sitter question. You should have attempted it. C. ये extreme options थे बाकी. C is the answer. 41. The author implies that pursuing awards and certificates would be detrimental to personal growth, irrelevant, integral, insignificant. Irrelevant and insignificant are synonyms. तो वो आप eliminate कर सकते हैं. What did you mark for 41? Detrimental or integral? What did he say? Is it necessary or is it going to be bringing you down? It's detrimental. If you seek reward for personal growth, it's going to be harmful for you. It's detrimental. A is the correct answer. A, no. Irrelevant and insignificant are synonyms. You should have eliminated that. A. It's not integral. It's detrimental. It's going to bring you down. If you seek awards and certificates for personal growth. Okay? So 41 is A. 42. Given the author's position on the pursuit of awards and certificates, what stand would the author probably take on the issue of external recognition in academia? What did you mark for 42, everyone? 42, guys. If it is detrimental, use that link and then answer the question. The author would likely advocate. It's a B. He would advocate for reduced emphasis on external recognition in academia, not increased, because it's going to be detrimental for your personal growth. So B. 43. In the passage, which sentence correctly uses past perfect tense? What did you mark, everyone? What did you mark here? ये easy question था. थोड़ा भी tenses किया था तो ये आता होगा आपको. 43. Not attempted. It's a D. Okay. D. 44. Which of the following substitution of the emblematic of in the given sentence would not change the meaning of the quoted sentence? They are emblematic of the tireless hours, the unwavering dedication. What did you mark here? 44. Everyone, C? Okay. It's a representative of B. Okay, not a proof, but a representation. B is the correct answer here. 45. What is the writer's aim in referring to people as multidimensional identities? Okay, what did you mark here? A. 45. Mansi says A. A is the correct answer. To emphasize that individuals possess numerous facets that contribute to their complexity. That numerous hai, so multidimensional. This was a sitter question. A. Okay? Or we shall discuss that in detail, Devishri, when we have our session. चलिए last passage देखते हैं. Okay, so mental health challenges. Easy passage. You can correlate it to people around you. I'm sure you must have heard of people suffering from mental health challenges. Easy passage tha or quick read tha. Question number 46, everyone. What did you mark? 46. Yeah. 46, everyone. 8 on 10. Good, Trisha. D. 46 is a D. Decreased academic success and retention rates. Yeah, that is a D. Question number 47 पे चलते हैं. In what ways might educational institutions contribute to rising trend in student mental health challenges as mentioned in the paragraph? What did you mark for 47, everyone? This was again a tricky one, star marked. What did you mark? 47. We chose a C, but it was a star marked question because there were two close options, B and C. Yeah. So we chose a C here. Yes, Mansi, we also go with the C. That's the closest answer here. 48. What broader implications can be drawn from the statistics in the paragraph for the overall well-being of the society? Forty-eight. What did you mark? 48. कोई बात नहीं देवीश्री. 48. Is going to be a D. Yes. 49. According to the research, what is the relationship between culturally relevant learning experience and academic success? Is a C. Culturally relevant learning experience can improve academic success given in the passage. And 50th, what is the significance of a curriculum that allows students to deepen their connections to both their community's cultural values and learning environment? Is a C. It helps students feel like they belong to both the institution and their culture. So, what's your overall score, everyone? How much are you scoring in a 50? Let me know that from you. What's your score in a 50?